in League De Nutz with your host, Commissioner Nuts, Matt Levine.
All right, and welcome to this week in League De Nutz. I'm joining you again from Melbourne Beach, Florida, as we do this show. Hold on one sec. Let me fix something here. I got the wrong camera. Give me 1 second. No. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. We should get it. All right. All right, I'm trying to fix this. Okay, so I got the wrong camera on right now, and this is a rough start, all because I'm doing this in a hotel room, and I've hardly had any time to prepare. It's been a crazy day, but give me 1 second. I'm going to fix this. All right, there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. That should be better. Welcome to League De Nutz, and this week in League De Nutz, I had to get the computer camera on the regular camera. Now we're all good to go. Had limited time to set up. I'm telling you, I set up in 3 different corners. I'm in a different Hilton, not Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Melbourne Beach, Florida, for the second time in 3 weeks. I am doing this week in League De Nutz for you guys right here from Melbourne Beach. So let's get right into it, and let's talk about this week in League De Nutz. This camera is not picking me up. So we'll do the best we can. But a busy week in League De Nutz, of course, as we head into the last week. I had all these cool bells and whistles lined up for you and all these things I wanted to plan out. But what I learned today is limited time, busy day of work, and different setup. Different Hilton. Last Hilton, much better. But let's tell you about the show and this week in League De Nutz as we get underway. Losses this week. Caldar, 215-214, falls to Dingstown. Dingstown 7-5 in the thick of things, the defending league champion. Meanwhile, Juju Smith, 54 points for the Caldar. Again, he is snake bitten. Caldar has had one mighty tough season. 3-9 for the two-time defending champion. As I mentioned, Dingling's quite alive and well. We'll get into all the standings and all that's going on as we head into that final week 13. Again, I'm Matt Levine, Commissioner Nuts. And let's tell you about the win for Dingstown, who were able to squeak past Caldar because of the running back. 63 points for Christian McCaffrey. How do you do it? 11 receptions, 112 yards. Add 17 carries, $125 with a TD. Then you throw in Sonny Michael, 27. You throw in Nick Chubb, the rookie, 27. 117 between those 3 backs. Way too much. Although Caldar, I'll give him credit. He was ballsy enough to take Saquon this season. And Saquon has been awesome. 38 points, but Saquon 1 against 3. You know who wins the battle. Dak also over Rivers in this one, the quarterback battle, 30-26. So tough year continues for Caldar. But I said a couple of weeks ago, we'll stop picking on him. Meanwhile, Clark Kent squeaks past Sheriff, 129-124. Clark Kent now 6-6. Sheriff 3-9. I've picked on Sheriff too. I'll give him a pass. Okay, we'll give him a pass, maybe. Clark Kent, though, 6-6. I guess if you auto draft and you go 6-6 and you hang into the last week of the season, ain't that bad. I'll tell you what, if he winds up winning the title, I might just auto draft next year. Okay, Lights, Kamara action. The hottest team in League De Nutz, the rookie. Made the big trade. He paid off. Thielen, 38 points. He's now won 6 straight. Wins the Rookie Bowl over the Mermanators. Last week, 163-142, gets revenge from a 20-point loss in week 2. No Tyreek Hill. Mermanators had all kinds of problems because without Tyreek Hill, you had to rely on Dontrell Ingram, Christian Kirk. That adds up to 16 points. Tyreek gets that in the first 3 minutes of any football game, right? So that was the difference there. Adam Thielen, As I mentioned, made the trade for him, 38. Deshaun Watson, I love that kid. On and off the field, 33 points. Lights, Kamara action, talking smack. I'm going to talk my own smack to him. End of the show. Stay tuned. That was just like a WWE wrestler, right? Meanwhile, Polk High School, what else can they do but continue winning games? Third straight for Polk, 10-2 on the season, knocking off Loopy, a battle of two-time defending champs, 6-6. For Loopy, 134, 117, pardon me, the final in this one. How about Polk High School? Pat Mahomes takes a little R&R. You plug in Andrew Luck. No problem. 33 points. You don't even need Hunt. He was with Mahomes chilling. I doubt they were on the beach. They were probably hanging out with some cows on the pastures in the plains of Kansas. I don't know. Meanwhile, Tom Brady, 23 points. James White, 5 points. Shady McCoy, still playing football. Forgotten about in Buffalo, where good football players go to die and eat lots of wings. 5 points for him. Smash U, talk about hot. 5 straight wins over not Thielen groovy. Okay, no more Thielen on the team. Put the not in front of it. I like his style. Tim Perry, a former league runner-up in his rookie year a couple of years ago. 221, 127. Amani Cooper has arrived. I talked about it last week. I said that could be the difference maker for Smash. What a day. 57 points. Holy cow. In the words of Phil Rizzuto, 8 receptions, 180, 2 touchdowns, 6 guys over 20 points in this one. Thielen was traded for Edelman and Marlon Mack. There was another guy in that trade as well, right? Oh, it was David Johnson, and there's someone else, I forget. 28 points, though, for those two. What are you going to do? 125, 125. The old tie. I talked about ties last week. We've had back-to-back weeks with tie. What happens with a tie? You go to the bench between Nutztown and Yonkers, and yours truly wins. 64-10, the bench. I almost cut Vernon Davis, 24 points. Came close to cutting Baker Mayfield, 34 points on the bench. 4 touchdown passes for the Browns rookie. That bench is so important, especially as you head down the home stretch. Pad that bench if you can here in the last week. Okay? If playoff teams out there, of course. No Gurley. Who else? No Kelsey. No Cooks. No win for you, Yonkers. Allen Robinson, 5. Chris Samuel, 11, trying to fill in for those 3 respective big-time weapons. Not enough, as Yonkers now falls, and they give yours truly, the Nutztown Destroyers, for the 2nd straight year, a chance to win the division title on the final day of the year. I think that's really all you can ask for in any football season in League De Nutz, any fantasy football season, right? Is that you have the opportunity to go into the last week of the season alive. And right now we have plenty of teams that are alive and well. Let's talk about it. Polk High School right now. I couldn't pull up the graphic like I said, so I'm just going to go old school. Look, those are my notes. How about that? Polk High School wins the Furley Rope. They're the champ. 10 wins, 12 games. Props to you. Lights Kamara action, a 1-game lead in a very active Shoreham Drive East with the Florida Mermanators and Dinglings, the defending champs. Dingstown suck for Sam. I always call him Dinglings. That was his former name. Right now, that division is up for grabs. A 1-game lead for Lights over those 2 teams who are in 2nd place. Merms is actually 2nd place, respectively, over Dingstown, who's in 3rd place in that league. But all 3 of them right now would be in the playoffs if they started. We'll get to that in a moment. Smash U, 1-game lead over his bro. And that's Loopy. As Smash right now is holding on tight in Luca Brazzi. Yonkers, I mentioned it a moment ago. I'm choking on something. Sorry, Yonkers. Maybe you're choking on some of that chicken you eat from, what is it, Halala chicken? Called Chicken Island down in Yonkers, making a whole island for chicken. I think Yonkers choked on a bone. A lot of chicken in this show. Yonkers giving me some daylight, up by 1 game. They'll play Keldy for the final. I'll talk about that in a moment. They would get the 4th seed as the 4th division winner. Dings would get the 5th seed. Mermanators would get the 6th seed. I got that wrong before. Yeah, Dings would get the 5th and Mermanators would get the 6th. I'll flip-flop that from what I said earlier. So Next week's matchups, let's talk about them. As I kind of gave you a little diagnosis, forecast of the playoffs, we'll go over the final week. Hard to believe we are here. No turning back now. Across state lines, nowhere to go but forward. Okay, we have Clark's Kent taking on Polk High School. A superhero taking on Al Bundy. 36-point underdogs for Clark. Polk in week 2 took care of Clark Kent, 179-103. I think Polk High School wraps it up nicely with their 11th win of the season. And they finish things up as the top seed, heading strong. I'll take Polk to smash Clark Kent. Okay, we talked about Mermanators. In week 2, they had Tyreek Hill. He went off of 50 points. He took out Dings in that game by 37. We'll see if it can happen again. Merms is good to go. I think it's a 16-point underdog for the Merms. The big matchup here, Big Ben or Cam against Goff. Love the quarterback matchup. Whatever Merms decides to do at QB is going to be the deciding factor here. I'll tell you what, defending champion has been tough, man. He puts up 200 points each and every week, it seems. Just about every week. I'm going to give the rookie a little bit of luck. I think the rookie comes through in this one. I think he makes it to the playoffs. I'll take him as a plus 16 underdog to knock off the defending champion. You'll hate it right here, folks. Yonkers against, or where am I here? Oh, you know, I got the wrong game. Yonkers, my notes are all over the place here. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Let me go to the phone. Mama said there'd be days like this. Let me go the matchups on the phone. Can't find my notes. Oh, let's see. Can't find the notes on the matchups I took, but we have the phone, so I'll go off that. Okay. Okay, let's go back to this. We'll start over. Lights, Kamara, action. I'll start over. I'm going to go from top to bottom. Lights, Kamara, action, taking on yours truly. If I win and Yonkers loses, I'm in. Simple as that. Big matchups in this one. I like the quarterbacks, Cousins, who came through clutch for me last week against Watson. Love that matchup right there. I love the Hopkins matchup against Thielen. Devontae Adams. You got Keenan Allen. You got guys all over the place in this one. Who am I going to go with? Yours truly. It's almost a pick 'em. It's a 0.2 favorite for Lights Kamara action. He's talking a lot of smack, but I'm going to tell you this, rookie. It's time to see what the veterans are made of in this league, bitch. It's going to be fun. I'm looking for it. I could just call him bitch. It's the first guy I called bitch on all League De Nutz, and it could be the last guy ever. I don't know where that came from, but that's going to be the matchup right there of the week. I'm taking out the Rook. Adios, amigo. Who else have we gone over? Clark Kent, Polk High. We did. We talked about Dingstown Mermanators. Yonkers Shotgun Gunners will take on Keldar from the fourth quad. Keldar, I need you to come through. Show me some brotherly love. The guy has been snake bitten all year. I need you to trounce him like the chump he is. As Yonkers right now is a 13-point favorite. Breeze, Gurley, average combined about 50 points a game. Rivers, Barkley, about 45. You got the 1-2 punch right there. First string running backs, top quarterbacks in the league. How about Rivers going crazy last week? What did he complete? Like his first 25 passes? He's going to take on Pittsburgh this week. Breeze is at Dallas. So both of them are going to put up some points. Gurley, meanwhile, at where's Gurley? At Detroit. And Saquon and the Giants, you know, for a moment I forgot the Giants even played this week. They'll take on the Chicago Bears. Okay. Loopy and Smash U. Bro's going to go at it. Talked about that one. Big one here. Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. To get better than that, Wilson about 24 points a game. Brady about 20 a game. I like the Breida, Philip Lindsay matchup. Lindsay was great last week. He'll be at Cincinnati. How does Marvin Lewis still have a job? Breida will be at Seattle. So you got another game that features a top quarterback, two different styles of quarterbacks and really two different styles of running backs. Interesting. Loopy, 19-point underdog, or 19.7, rounded off to 20. Smash you hot. But you know what? Everyone cools down. I'm going with Loopy. Take it. Who else we got here? Oh, we got Sheriff Clark's fake medals taking on Not Feeling Groovy. The toilet bowl. I don't know if I even want to talk. I'll tell you what. I'd rather look at the menu here, the hotel menu, for a minute and talk about this one. Let's do that. Look at that. They have the lollipop ribeye. I'm not much for one for ribeye. Sea grapes trio. Spicy shrimp, mahi-mahi, jumbo lump crab cake, Cajun remoulade, and a mango relish. Sounds delicious. So how about that? How about that game? Okay, 22-point underdog is Sheriff Clark's fakes medals. Not Feeling Groovy changes his name. What the heck? I'll go with Not Feeling Groovy. They even start Jameis Winston. Do not allow him in an Uber or Lyft, and everything is all good. Anyway, it was a little rocky today. Tried to get everything smooth as I could. It's been a great season in League De Nutz. Next week, we're going to do our last regular season finale. We'll wrap it up. I'll give you the winner. I've been promising you Meltzy update. I'll try to get that done tomorrow. Take 10 minutes out. Get that done. So we'll update you on the finale of who wins the Meltzy for 2018. And, of course, we'll talk a playoff preview. Now, I said last week I'll try to get a guest in, but I had to go on the road last minute this week. So next week, if he's available, and if he's in a good mood because this team makes the playoffs, even if he's in a bad mood and he doesn't make the playoffs and wants to come in, we'll get a local yokel in Florida Merminators to maybe swing by the studio and be a special guest. So we'll do a playoff preview next week. Hard to believe it is over. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining me on This Week in League De Nutz as we wrap up Week 12, preview Week 13. It's going to be a great, great final week. I mean, before I go, just take a look at this. We've got 3 or 4 divisions right now, with the exception of Froly Roper up for grabs. And like I said in the start of the show, anytime you can go into the final week with a chance, you get your bang for your buck. By the way, I need money from like half of you guys. So if you haven't sent it, you know who you is out there. Send the money to me, please. And we'll put it in the piggy bank, and we'll be able to pay our respective champ and runner-up their funds, their winnings, as well as the Nuts Cup. Take a look at this bad boy one more time. We'll be able to send that to them as soon as possible and pay out their shekels. Anyway, I'm Matt Levine. We'll catch you next week on This Week in League De Nutz. Good luck to everyone out there, including yours truly. Enjoy Week 13. It's almost a wrap as we get ready for the playoffs. Adios.